Alright guys, welcome back to Impact Laboratory. I'm over here making a dash plate for the KTM. The dash plate is going to sit right here in this section. It's going to hold the tach and also a voltmeter, which I purchased so that I have switchable power up front. And that's coming up. But first, I have to cut it out of some CNC'd, or I got to cut it out of some aluminum stock I've got here with the CNC. This is a wood router on a CNC machine. It's called the Shapeoko 3, but I'm too cheap to buy anything better. So we're going slow. We're doing some V-carving to get the correct hole position and outline, and then I'll probably just finish it manually, but at least that'll be a good outline. You can see I've already got one pass going here. But it kind of ended up getting really shallow and ended up cutting above the work here. So what I'm going to do, or what I've already done, is I slipped a piece of cardstock underneath here to prop up the work over here. So hopefully we'll get the full definition. See what happens. It is time. Let's see here, gotta click done. It is time to start the job. Whoa. Booyah. Now it's gonna tell me you gotta put in this tool. Check. You gotta set it to the right speed. Check. Alright. This is gonna take a while. Well, I'm a lousy craftsman, but a decent engineer. Got that disc grinder there. I'm going to be trying to hone in on the shape of this plate. I'll never forget what my dad said on the subject of ear protection. It was one word and it had a big impact. He said, "What?" So I always put these on. Well, I ended up using the chop saw to rough it in. And then I used the belt sander here to get more or less down to the shape. Then I'll use the disc sander to kind of do the finish work and approach it. Pretty happy so far, but now's the part where I'm going to screw it up. I think I already did screw it up a little bit right there, but not too bad, so whatever, goes on a dirt bike. Well, it's coming along. This top groove is proving to be a dumb design decision. The rest of this, even the part that I thought I screwed up, not too bad. I mean, ideally I would have had a CNC machine that could have just cut the whole thing out for me, but for now, we're gonna move on to drilling some of these holes. At least I got them center marked. And then we'll come back to the grinder, see if we can get it to focus. Come back to the grinder and try to take that top edge off. I think that little groove. Nice. Alright, so we got the drill press set up here. Little tiny. Basically this is just going to be a pilot hole for something I'm going to use to thread the two small holes here and here for the tack. And then this one, I think I'm going to have to go buy something that'll cut about a 1 3/16 hole, because I don't have anything that'll go that big. And then these guys here will just be, I've got a step drill that hits just about the right size, so I'll start with that here in a minute. Alright, I can't do it all at once, so you'll see these holes when they're done. Hey, keep coming along. Got those pilot holes drilled. Haven't done anything about this front and center one for the USB plug. Not entirely sure how I'm tackling that, but I'll finish off this groove at the top with the disc grinder. Let's see what happens. Alright, here's the test fit up. Looking pretty good so far. Had to go get some hardware. Ended up with these like shaft collar things. I'll probably leave them as is because they fit really well. They wanted 18 bucks a piece for chrome spacers. I didn't want chrome, but that was all they had. So ended up with these shaft collars that worked just fine for $1.50 a piece. Yeah, overall, pretty excited about that. Fits right in there, so it's gonna look sort of like that, and it shouldn't block my view of the speedo or anything. And then this thing, when it's on, it displays voltage constantly. And see if I can pop this open. Pop it open. It's got two USB 3s and a USB-C, as well as a on-off button there for the power. So getting excited for that. I think that's going to be really nice to have on my next trip, which is this coming weekend. Definitely going to be a nice add to the bike. Well, I've been working all day on this USB port, and it turns out KTM's already put one right here. So great work, KTM. And I guess now I have 3. Nice. It'll be easy, they said. There's just an accessory wiring harness, they said. What the hell? Luckily I did find the 2, so they're right here. There's a ACC1 and an ACC2. Now I just gotta do a little testing to see which one is switched power. And then I gotta figure out a way how to fold all this stuff back and fit the headlight on. That'll be exciting. In the meantime, it's just hot out. That's fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the new dash. Haven't put the phone on there, I'm using it to film, but really happy with how that turned out. The bottom USB pod there is switched power, and you can turn it off with a little button inside there. Flips up, and then there's 2 USB ports, a USB-C port, waterproof seal around there, off, on. Tack has a nice firm mounting position now. It's not glued on with the Velcro that kept coming off in the heat. And from even pretty far down, you can still see the speedo. So all things considered, pretty happy with how this install went. The design of the plate actually looks pretty good in place, I'd say. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs. If anyone is interested in buying one of these plates, I can make a couple extra and sell them to you. Just send me an email at the email address that I've got in the description. We'll check back in some other time, but I think that's about it for this video. We'll be doing some rides. I've got a trip this weekend, and also going to be installing the Rade Garage auxiliary tank. So stay tuned.